Warframe is an ever-expanding game with new features and vast avenues of content to sink your time into. But to get to all of that, you need to play the game and build up your account with weapons, warframes, resources, and knowledge. Which is why in today's video, I will be giving you the top 5 tips I wish I knew when I started Warframe. These tips will help you to understand the game a little better and to give you a basic guideline of where to focus your attention early on. I am in no way telling you what to do or forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. These are just things that once I learned massively helped me out, and if I knew these when I started, I would have been much better off. With that, let's kick it off in no particular order at number 5, which is your starting platinum. Platinum is Warframe's premium currency that can be purchased with real money and is used to purchase skins, cosmetics and boosters. However, platinum can be earned very easily in-game. I have made thousands of platinum over the course of my 900 hours playtime without spending a single penny, so you can get that pay-to-win mindset out your head right now. When you start the game, you are given 50 platinum to get yourself going. You might be tempted to buy cosmetics with this, but the most important thing to spend your platinum on is weapons and warframe slots. Each weapon and warframe is taken up by a slot which has to be purchased with platinum in order for you to keep expanding your roster of gear. A warframe slot costs 20 platinum and 12 platinum to purchase 2 weapon slots. My advice would be to purchase 1 warframe slot and 2 weapon slots. Taking into account that 1 weapon slot purchase gives you 2 spaces for weapons, buying 2 lots of these will give you 4 weapon slots, making the sum of your total platinum spent 44, leaving you with 6 platinum left over. But don't worry, this can be made back very easily, and I will cover how to make platinum in a future video. Coming in at number 4, we have building weapons and warframes. If you've watched my previous video, the Warframe Beginner's Guide, you'll know that mastery rank is very useful to level, because as you increase your mastery rank, you gain access to more powerful weapons and warframes, which is started by crafting weapons and warframes that you can already attain in the first place. If you have the resources and credits, which you should just by playing missions and beginning your progress to different planets, you can rack up your weapon arsenal very quickly, which when leveled will grant you mastery XP towards your mastery rank and maybe allow you to discover some weapons you enjoy using in the process. As for warframes, you can farm and obtain a very strong and reliable warframe really early on, which is on Venus. The map Fossa is a boss fight, and by completing this boss fight you will get parts for Rhino. Rhino is one of the best tanks in the game. He can give himself armor, making himself invincible whilst the armor is active. He can give himself and teammates a damage increase for a short duration, and he can create a huge stomp in an area around him, damaging and holding enemies in the air, making his kit good for survivability, damage output, and crowd control. He scales very well into some late game content, and I highly recommend farming his parts and crafting him as soon as you can. Each time you kill the boss on Fossa, the boss will have a 100% chance of giving you one of Rhino's 3 parts: the neuroptics, the chassis, or the systems. To get all 3, keep repeating this mission until you have all 3 pieces. Once done, go to the marketplace and type Rhino into the search bar to buy the blueprint for him, which requires the other 3 parts you farmed for earlier. Once he's done, you have a very unkillable warframe to bulldoze through missions with. At number 3, we have a rare resource called Nitane Extract. This resource is required for several weapons and warframes that you will want to build. Early on, you won't see many weapons or frames having Nitane Extract as a crafting component, but trust me, later on in the game it pops up more than you think. Nitane Extract can be obtained from alerts, which can be found by clicking this triangle attention symbol. Alerts will come and go throughout the day, offering different rewards for completing the mission. A handful of Nitane alerts will pop up throughout the day, so don't feel like you're going to miss out if you don't play for very long or miss a few days, because they will pop up every day. When you're on, just check the alert section in your navigation menu every now and again to keep tabs on if one shows up. Stockpiling as much of this resource early on as possible will save you a bunch of time when it comes to making a weapon or warframe you really want, instead of getting to the mastery rank to craft it and realising you have to collect 2 to 3 Nitane, which is the situation I sometimes found myself in, which can be really frustrating. Go about your normal Warframe routine, but keep an eye on the alerts when you can, because you never know when one might show up. Or you can use a website called Raid Time, which I will link below. This web page gives you updated information on Nitain alerts and when a new one pops up, so you can keep track of when one is active when not in game, and also when one does show up, it will give you a little bit of a sound notification in the form of a buzzer to let you know that a Nitain alert is active. Number 2 is related to mods. As you know, if you watch my beginner's guide, mods are used to upgrade the stats on your weapons and warframes. By clicking upgrade on a chosen piece of gear, you can see your mods and apply them to your warframes and weapons, assuming you have enough capacity on those weapons or warframes, as mods have a number, which is how much capacity it will take away from the total capacity of a weapon or warframe. These mods can be upgraded further to increase their existing stats. Early on, I used to slap on mods and forget about them, but this is a big no-no, because modding makes your gear stronger and allows you to take down higher level enemies as you progress. So find a mod you want to upgrade in your modding table, select it, click fusion, and use the plus icon underneath the mod to increase the stats. The more you upgrade the mod, the more credits and endo it will cost. Always look out for opportunities to upgrade mods that you find desirable, as it can greatly impact the power and efficiency of your weapons and warframes. And finally, at number 1, we have matchmaking. In Warframe, the default matchmaking option is public, shown by this globe icon. Going into these matches will group you with other players doing the exact same mission. Most players will be at the same or similar level to you, but more often than not, there are players with a higher mastery rank who have access to better weapons and better modded warframes, who do these public missions on the beginning planets for a specific resource or objective. And 9 times out of 10, these more experienced players, due to their builds or chosen warframe, will decimate the entire map and curb stomp it into oblivion before you've made it through the mission. This completely trivializes the Warframe experience and ruins your first impression of the game, which is what put 1 or 2 of my friends off the game to start with. So my advice, when playing through content for the first time, play on solo so you can experience the content at your own pace and learn at your own pace. Or if you have friends starting out like you are, you can group with them and play through the missions together. Or if you have a friend who's been playing the game for a while, you can bring them along, assuming they won't burn the entire map to the ground, allowing you to experience the content how it was meant to be played, not deleting the map in the first 10 seconds. Hopefully these 5 tips will guide you in the right direction to getting started in Warframe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. But with that, if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to join the operation and I'll see each and every one of you in my next video. Goodbye, guys.